Welcome back to Tiny Track Cars, and we have a JDM tournament for you, and I promise no one is going to get injured in this tournament. Don't look at that highlight in the beginning. That was not foreshadowing of what's coming up, I promise. Waivers have been signed, folks. First up in group number 1, we have the 1982 Toyota Supra, followed up by a beautiful white Acura NSX, and then a Honda Civic Type R, and I believe that is a 2016 model. And then we have the Mazda Miata RX-7. Who you rooting for in this group? Who'd you vote for in this tournament in the Diecast Racing League at TinyTrackCars.com? It's the white NSX out over the jump early. That jump has been lowered and it's nice and smooth here. Folks, I believe this is the last tournament you'll see on this track configuration, and then it has been changed up, and who knows what we've done with it since then. Down across the finish line to go, it's the white NSX followed by the RX-7, and then here comes the 82 Supra over that last little Humpty Dump, and the Honda Civic in the last place position, taking 1 point. Again, if you're unfamiliar with how we score this sucker right here, it's 4 points for first, 3 points for second, and if you can't figure out the rest, you're a ding-dong. Just kidding. It's 2 points for third and 1 point for fourth. Whoa! The Supra spins around and gets hit by the NSX, flies upside down backwards. He's not upside down, he's just backwards. In the air and across the finish line he goes. 4 points, 3 points for the NSX, 2 for the Civic, and 1 for the RSX. Not NSX. NSX was the white one, not the black one. They're out of there again. It's the RSX out front early. This is his first run in the front row, and he is looking good. NSX is fast as well. It looks like these two are going to be the ones to beat in this group. Speaking of the NSX and getting beat, he spun out. Will anyone be able to get by him? We'll find out as we enter this last turn. It looks like the Supra was able to get by him. Here comes the NSX. The Civic doesn't look so good back there. He's barely making it around that turn. Down across the finish line he goes. It looks like the popcorn guy has moved yet again. And folks, we're going to make this a thing. Between me and Chris Hood, well, basically just Chris Hood, he's been looking for the popcorn guy that I've been moving around week to week. Sometimes he doesn't move, but sometimes he does. And folks, he's moved yet again. Last week, he was up at the start line. This week, where is he? He's going to be hard to find. I will tell you that. Where is Waldo? Nope, where is the popcorn guy? Also, I want to let you guys know that coming up soon in future edits, we will be showing the scorecard in between each race so you guys can keep track of who is who and who is what and how many points who has. All right, we have one car moving on. It's the NSX. Then we have a tie for second place in this group. And there's a race-off. And when there's a race-off, we get our face-off. Our face-on. Face-on. Face-off. It's the RSX across the finish line first. We're going to find out if this is the best of three or is the one and done. It's a one and done. RSX does... RSX. You guys remember the RSX? It's not in this. I don't think Hot Wheels makes an RSX. All right, it's my favorite in this whole tournament. It's the Honda 2000. The Honda S2000. Unless you're Johnny Tran, then it's a Honda 2000. And then we have the Toyota Supra. That is a 2020 Toyota Supra, followed up by the Nissan Fairlady Z. Fairlady 2000, Datsun, I don't know if it's a Datsun or a Nissan. Who knows if it's a Datsun or a Nissan? The Fairlady 2000, and then last in this group, we have the Datsun 510. And folks, that is a beautiful, beautiful car with those black wheels hollowed out, looking good. The race is on, the Datsun passes the S2000. No, S2000, you better hurry up and get your booty down that track. Supra down across the finish line. Supra takes 4, almost getting passed by the Datsun, and it's the Nissan Datsun Fairlady thingy-majigger in last place. S2000 is the front. The Nissan Fairlady is out front in the other lane. Down across the finish line, it's the Honda S2000. Whoa, the Datsun trying to squeeze by the Fairlady 2000. Supra sliding sideways. It's a battle back there in the back, but it's the S2000 leading the pack up in the front. It looks like the S2000 is going to take 4 points in this one, followed by the Supra, and then the Fairlady. And I don't know what happened to the Datsun 510. He fell back and got 4th place. But that Datsun 510 is out front in the pole position right now, and he is putting in some work. Down across the finish line he goes, lands front tires first, does a little slide into the turn. Supra tries to get in the inside of him, spins him out. Fairlady comes in sliding, comes in hot. Everyone's slipping and sliding out there. This is like the slip and slide. Is there silicone spray on this track? Who used wet lube instead of dry lube, damn it? It's the secret sauce. Let's not talk about it. The graphite, folks, on these cars has been expired for at least 10 years because these are stock cars. None of them have graphite. They're out of there again, and the Datsun 510 again out front over the front first lane. Whoa! The Supra slides by, getting pushed by the S2000. Can the S2000 get by? Nope. S2000 spins out. Supra down over the jumpty dumpty dumpty humpty doopty ski jump. And the Datsun 510 in reverse passes the Supra on the outside. Down across the finish line it goes. In reverse, he takes it. The Supra is sideways. Will the Supra be able to cross the finish line? Gets hit by the Fairlady 2000 and crosses the finish line in second place. We have a tie for first place, but it does not matter. Those two cars are both moving on to the next round. We move those two winners on in the bracket, and then we head over to the right-hand side of the bracket to meet our group number 3. And we got a pink car. It is a Subaru WRX STI. And then, folks, we do have an Evo in this group. It's the Mitsubishi Lancer Evolution, the 2008. That is a Lancer X10, XX, whatever it is. They're banned at this track. Why is that car racing on this track? And then we have the Nissan Skyline. We'll call it the Skyline because it's the only Skyline in this tournament. So we can just call it Skyline, not the 2000 GTX. Which one is it? Subaru down across the jump first and into the 2280 followed by the 60. The Subaru is absolutely flying out there. We've seen this casting do well in this track, on this track, around in or around your mouth, on this track. And folks, the pink one from the 5-pack, pink 5-pack exclusive STI has proven to be fast indeed. And the Miata didn't make it over the last jump. All right, up front we have the Skyline and the STI. STI pushing hard, but the Skyline is going to hit the jump first. Can he stick it? He's sideways. The Subaru pushing into him. He's backwards into the little 50-dippy. He spins back around. The Subaru takes the inside. What a pass, ladies and gentlemen. Woo, you like to see that action out here on the open track circuit. The Tiny Track Cars open circuit track extravaganza. Subaru STI takes a second first place win victory and puts 4 more points on the board right here in the JDM tournament at Tiny Track Cars. And this is where I talked about the Tiny Track Cars Diecast Racing League at tinytrackcars.com, and you should go play, and it's free to do it, and you can win some points, and just go do it. Also, if you're like, I don't even know what that guy said, just go look in the description and read it. There's also a link for Spoolheads, the guy that makes all his track. Go buy some Spoolheads track, support him. He makes awesome track, and secretly, we're trying to get him to quit his full-time job and do Spoolheads full-time. So if you buy track and support Russ at Spoolheads, that can make his dream come true. And that's actually my dream for him as well. So let's go, Russ! Full-time, baby! Woo! Spoolheads design. Spoolheads racing. Okay. Speaking of racing, the Miata is bouncing off the curb, getting pushed by a Skyline, and then the STI hits a post, flies off the track completely, and it's the Miata that's going to get 4 points as long as he doesn't blow it right here. Will the Miata take 4 points? He takes 4 points in reverse. It seems like the Miata just wants to be in reverse. Going on to the next round, we have the pink Subaru STI, despite getting a DNF in that last round, last group, last race, last pass. That's where I use to store all my passwords. And then Skyline moves on as well. In this last group, we have the track monster. I just lied to you. I lied to you guys. I said that Skyline, the purple one in the last group, was the only Skyline in this whole group, whole race, whole tournament. Well, there's an R32 in group number 4. And then, folks, we have an SUV. It's a Matchbox, and it is an Infiniti QX80. And then we have a Datsun 510 wagon back there in beautiful gray, and they have a Honda Prelude. Is it a Prelude or a Prelude? Or Quaalude? Whoa, the R32! Oh, you hate to see that happen. If you look closely, I think he missed the under track surface, and that's probably going to end poorly. It's sitting right here next to me while I'm doing commentary. Let me check the axles. look, it's still spinning good. We'll see how he does next race to see if he is able to beat some of these other cars and move on to round 2. We do know that R32 is fast. How did that guy miss that guy? That guy has tire marks in his head. That photographer literally has infinity tire marks. No, not like infinity amount of them, like from the infinity. The Datsun 510 up on the curb. Whoa, what a drift. That was a double drift. He drifted in the 240 and then back into the 60 degree, does a drift, and that R32 is putting in the work to get the points he needs and also killing people. I don't even watch it again. And the judges say he crosses the finish line. Megan, the reporter, is down. There's other photographers down. I hope the medical crew was able to get down there and clean that mess up. Don't worry, folks. We are going to do a blood splatter, crash, splat, scream compilation coming real soon. Maybe after this Diecast Racing League first spring season here. We'll throw a compilation of all the screams, all the crashes, all the blood, all the gore, and no gosh darn waivers. The Datsun, despite being upside down, takes the win in this race and collects 4 more points. R32, whoa, that guy just parked his butt right at the finish line. Literally barely crossed it by about 3 feet. The Prelude, we didn't see him. He was out. He was. Okay, is it just me? Oh my gosh, the R32 is so fast he can't even keep it on the track. This Prelude, I'm a Honda guy. I grew up building Hondas, Civics. I had a couple S2000s. I even had a couple of Accords. I never had a Prelude, and because I look at the Prelude, this generation and the one previous to it, and I feel like it should be rear-wheel drive. Like the style of the car, it looks like it should be rear-wheel drive, and because of that, it got past at the finish line. Unfortunately, the R32 that was flying out there was flying too much. It flew off the track and spun out and did not. It killed some people too. Datsun 510 wagon moving on, and the Honda Prelude that should be rear-wheel drive moving on as well. H22 swapped in the rear, all-wheel drive. I don't actually know if that's legit or not. All right, we're into round number 2. The NSX is back, the Supra's back, the RX-7's back, and the Datsun 510 Bluebird is back. We did a full 360 here from the NSX, and he's able to save it. Nope, that's a 540. He's doing a 540, and he's still holding the 540. He's in reverse and about to get passed by the RX-7. RX-7 trying to get by him. NSX in reverse, and the RX-7 does get by him. And then Supra flies off the track and hits the railing. So much action here. We have one fan down, but he's still able to hold on to his beer, so we are good. That's actually a fact, that if you get hit by a car, but you hold your beer, you're gonna be okay. Even if your beer spills. Down across this jump they go. The Supra is sideways. That car just took off the off-ramp, the jump in the air sideways. That's never good. Speaking of sideways and backwards, this Datsun 510 passed him in reverse down across the finish line. That Datsun 510 is looking really good, really smooth out there, even when it runs in reverse. If you look at that car and you squinted your eyes and you turned it around, it would look like it's still going forward because it's kind of symmetrical. The front looks like the back and the back looks like the front. If you cut it in half and glued one front to another front, it looked like a back, or I'm gonna stop. Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! That railing did not stop that NSX from hitting. Let's count. 1, 2. That guy's safe. He just needs some Band-Aids and some gauze pads. Maybe some Neosporin and some peroxide. But he's good. The other two people, deaf. They are deaf. I mean, they died. They're deaf happened. They're not deaf. Well, if you're dead, if you die in a car accident, are you also deaf? Because you can't hear because you're dead. I'm gonna Google it. I'm gonna ask Jeeves. I'm gonna get on my Hotmail account. Does anyone have? I'm really surprised how many people actually still have Hotmail email addresses. Raise your hand if you have a Hotmail email address. If you do have a Hotmail email address, good for you. I don't remember the last time I have one. I had one. I don't even know how to access it. All right, into the right-hand side of the bracket, we are going to have 4 more cars moving on. 2 more cars moving on. It's the STI out front way early, and the Datsun 510 wagon. But that Skyline 2000 GTR is fast. The Prelude, I don't even know how he's in this group. The Prelude can get out of here. Whoa! That guy lost some shoelaces, and that's it. He skinned his shoes. He just needs to go to the airport and sit in one of those chairs that's really high so the guys can polish their shoes because he just had some scuffs on it. STI out front early. It's going to be a battle between the STI and that Datsun 510 wagon. I can tell you right now. That Skyline is on his roof, but he might still beat the Prelude because the Prelude's slow. Down over the jump in reverse he goes, trying to spin it back around. The STI is fast. Datsun 510 trying to get around him. STI takes it, and the 510 wagon is in second place right here, right now. Yeah! All right. Datsun 510 is out front in front of the STI. STI is getting passed by the Prelude. Can the STI get by the Prelude? The Prelude's trying to put some pressure on the Datsun 510. Over the jump it goes. The Prelude sideways, weaving and swerving down towards the finish line. Prelude gets hit in the air by the STI, but is able to hold on to the second place. Datsun 510 wagon wins that group and wins that race. It looks like he might win this group as well because he's been consistent here. Man, that Skyline is fast. It looks like he was the one that got the short end of the stick in this one, maybe, because, folks, he's quick, but he just had some unfortunate luck like that, like bouncing off the side of the curb and maybe getting passed by a Subaru in reverse while the other cars catch up. He's sideways, sliding across the finish line. Cortez takes 4th place, and oh my gosh, that poor photographer. When will they ever learn just to back it up? Whoa! I think his camera took most of the hit right there. And despite getting a 0 in the last race, the Datsun 510 will move on to the finals with that beautiful pink STI hatchback. Now we have RX-7, Datsun, Subaru, Datsun. Who are you rooting for? Did you pick any of these cars in the Diecast Racing League? If you follow along with Tiny Track Cars, some of these cars are repeat offenders out here on the track. So if you follow me closely and watch every single race, you might have better odds of picking the right car in the Diecast Racing League. This Datsun 510 Bluebird and this Datsun 510 wagon were part of a very small 8-car mini tournament we ran via shorts on Instagram and TikTok and YouTube Shorts. And if you watch that, you knew these cars were fast and they were going to make it somewhere as long as they could keep their tires on the ground, which we just saw that is easier said than dumb. Easier said than done. Easier said than dumb. Stupid is as stupid does. I love you, Jenny. All right, Subaru across the Scooby-Dooby jump, down across the little blipty-dipty jump, across the finish line for first place. Datsun 510 spinning around. He's going to need that point if he plans on winning this tournament. This is the finals, folks. And one of these 4 cars will be crowned the victor of the JDM tournament right here at the Tiny Track Cars Open Circuit. Datsun 510 looking good out there. Hits off the right-hand side, spins around to the left. The Datsun 510 Bluebird is in reverse. 2 cars in reverse. Datsun 510 wagon tries to get spun back around, but is unable to get spun back around. He's all over the curb, and luckily, all people on the sidelines were able to stay alive. Stay alive. Excuse me. Sometimes I get a little carried away. I feel excited about diecast racing. And speaking of diecast racing, I started a diecast collecting channel. It's called TTC Collector's Corner. Go find it on YouTube and follow it. It's going to be all these cars in the room, my collection, that I'm not a collector. I tell myself I'm not a collector. But it's my collector's channel, so go watch it. Down across the finish line, the Datsun 510 wagon takes 4 points. 510 Bluebird takes 3 points. And who is going to come out in the top of the leaderboard? We will find out after this race, because I believe this is the 4th race. I got a little sidetracked there on my rants about other things, but we are right here in the JDM tournament with the Datsun 510 Bluebird hitting the jump first. Datsun 510 wagon putting some pressure on, but spins around. RX-7 on the inside hits off the Datsun Bluebird. The Datsun wagon is back in action and pushing on the Datsun 510 Bluebird. and everyone's in reverse, and everyone's moving slow, and I don't even know what's happening out there. 510 Sedan in first. Bluebird first. Wagon second. Black car. Wow, how many races are there? Are we doing an 8-race finals? Are we doing an 8-lap finals? Somebody tell me, how many races have there been? I ran out of fingers on one hand, and I don't know how to raise my fingers in the other hand. STI getting some speed, go over that jump. Everyone lands that jump successfully. Everyone's facing forward, down across the finish line. It's the STI. Someone gets hit in the shoe again. Head back to the airport and get that darn shoe polished. This is definitely an 8-lap finals, folks, because I've seen more than 4 races. Datsun 510 Wagon back out in front again. He is putting a hurt on the rest of these cars. Looking good, but slides around backwards. Oh no, the RX-7. Oh my gosh, the RX-7 lands and flies completely off the track. I thought maybe he was going to land back on the track and we were going to call it a shortcut. P.S. We did see that really recently. We saw the car fall off the track, went down across the finish line and took first place, and we counted it. It's coming up in a tournament near you at tinytrackcars.youtube.org. I don't know. Datsun 510 Wagon over the little Humpty Dumpty jump. The 510 Bluebird right behind him. The STI trying to push as well down towards the finish line. Who's going to take it? It's the 510 Wagon. The STI pushing against the other car, and it's the Bluebird who wins this tournament. Datsun 510 Bluebird is the champion of the JDM tournament. If you want to see more of my videos, there's going to be a square that pops up in the middle of your screen. Just click it and go watch it. See you in the next one.